Okay, good morning, everyone. Hi, Miss Chan, morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ho. Good morning, Miss Lee.
Morning, everyone. Okay, we hope everyone is doing fine.
Morning, everyone. We will stream this workshop to Facebook Live also. So now in the process of streaming. Sorry, wait for one moment.
Okay, we hope you are well prepared for this. So please get your papers and pencil or pen ready. Okay, I think we still have participants coming in. So we'll wait maybe another few more minutes.
Morning, everyone. Sorry, one moment. We are streaming this to Facebook.
All right, Miss Lee.
Okay.
Hey, morning, everyone. Morning, Chiwa. Morning, Kamaliswaran. Morning, Sheila. Morning, Rex. Okay, changing my background here. Northern Light.
Okay. We just set up the Facebook Live. So we can see the participants. Okay. Number is increasing. Welcome, everyone.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, it's live on Facebook now. So we start the workshop now. Okay, Mr. Ho and Mr. get ready.
Yes, we are.
Okay, hi, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Welcome, everyone. Okay, I'm Lee Won Xiang from Utah. Welcome to today's virtual workshop, Heart Anatomy Art Virtual Workshop. If you have any question, please leave your question at the chat box. We are streaming this workshop live on Facebook. Please help us to like and share this video. If you have any question, you can leave your question at the Facebook comment also. We will answer you. Okay, so we start our workshop soon. Kindly prepare all your stationery such as pen, pencil, and paper before the workshop. We'll be giving out prizes for the best drawing. Now, I would like to introduce our speakers today, Ms. Chan Jing and Ms. Ho Wai Yu. Ms. Chan Jing is a senior lecturer, while Mr. Ho Wai Yu is a lecturer. Both of them are from Department of Science and Engineering, Center for Foundation Study, Kampa Campus, University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Utah. Now, without further ado, we will turn the time over to Ms. Chan and Ms. Ho. Hi, Ms. Chan and Ms. Ho. I will pass the session to you now.
Good morning, everyone. I'll start the session by mentioning the objective for this virtual workshop. First is to nurture the appreciation of the interdependence between arts and science. Second objective is to inculcate the passion towards anatomical science. And thirdly is to develop psychomotor skill in STEM education by using arts as a conduit. Okay, so let me do a brief introduction for heart. The heart has been regarded as the seat of the soul, spirit, and intelligence by ancient civilizations. From the biology viewpoint, the heart plays a vital role in the continuity of life. The moment the heart stops beating, life ends. So in view of the tremendous importance of heart biology, this virtual workshop will take all participants on an interactive journey into the inner workings of the heart via drawing. A step-by-step guide to drawing an anatomically accurate diagram of the heart will be presented in this virtual workshop. Okay, so but before that, I'd like to share a bit on the discovery of heart, okay, mammalian heart. It started as early as 4th century BC, where the Greek philosopher Aristotle identified the heart as the most important organ of the body, the first to form according to his observations of chick embryos. So fast forward to 2nd century AD, there is this physician, a doctor, a surgeon, and a philosopher by the name Aelius Galenus, or also known as Galen, in the Roman Empire, who reaffirmed the common idea about the heart as the source of body heat and as the organ most closely related to the soul. He mentioned in his book, The Usefulness of the Parts of the Body, he mentioned, the heart is a hard flesh, not easily injured. In hardness, tension, general strength, and resistance to the injury, the fibers of the heart far surpass all others, for no other instrument perform such continuous hard work as the heart. Okay, then fast forward to 11th century, we have Ali Abu Sina, also known as Avicenna, Persian physician, who wrote that the heart is the root of all faculties and gives the faculties nutrient, life, apprehension, and movement to several other members. Then fast forward to the end of 14th century, we have Leonardo da Vinci, Italian polymath, a person with wide knowledge and learning. He mentioned the heart is a vessel made of dense muscle, nourished by an artery and a vein. Then fast forward to middle of 16th century, we have English physician William Harvey that mentioned the heart is situated at the 4th and 5th ribs. When the heart contracted, it expelled blood, and at rest, it was large and filled with blood. The heart's role is to transmit blood by the means of arteries to the extremities everywhere. So by the end of 17th century, the anatomical knowledge of the heart was surprisingly accurate, and William Harvey's idea were widely accepted until today. So without further ado, I would like to invite my colleague, Mr. Ho, to start the drawing workshop, teaching you how to draw human heart. Mr. Ho?
Okay, good morning, everyone. So I hope you have your pens and papers ready, right? So for the purpose of sharing, I will switch off my cameras because I want the focus to be on the drawing, right? Okay, so everyone ready? So the first step, what you need to do is to draw the lower half of an acorn shape. Okay, so basically your heart is tilted to the left, right? So you want to draw something that look like an acorn shape, but it's tilted to the left. So let us start now. Okay, that will be all right. Okay, the second step is to make a rounded bump at the top of the heart for the right atrium. So the right atrium is one of the chambers of the heart. So for your information, when we are dealing with anatomy, when we draw something or when you're looking at the diagram, the left side will be on the right-hand side, and vice versa, because the diagram is facing us. So imagine that you are looking at someone else's heart. Okay, so the direction will be opposite. Okay, so here would be your right atrium. So we'll draw a bump. Okay, go down here, and you have something like this. Okay, so let us smoothen it out. Okay, so everyone, do you have the general shape of the heart with you? Okay, I hope you have sketched the general shape of the heart. So for your information, I'll be showing you the frontal view. Ms. Chan will be showing you the cross-section later on. Okay, so we already have the shape here. Next, we will partition the right atrium so that you can see the auricle. Okay. So we'll take it slow and steady. Okay, the next step will be to sketch the vena cava. For your information, the vena cava carries a deoxygenated blood from the rest of the body back to your heart again. Okay, so roughly at the top of your right atrium, okay, we're going to sketch the vena cava. So this would be the superior vena cava. So the superior vena cava carries the oxygenated blood from from your limbs, your upper limbs, and also your head and neck back to the heart again. Okay, there you go. You have your superior vena cava. Now we're going to sketch the inferior vena cava. Oops. Okay, so do you need some time? I'll give you some time before we proceed further. Okay, for your reference, I'm going to write it down. So this will be the right side of the heart. This will be the left side of the heart. Okay, next, we're going to draw the aortic arch. Okay, so next to the vena cava, the superior vena cava, you're going to sketch the aortic arch. So make sure it's majestic. So the aorta is the largest artery in the human body. However, contrary to popular belief, the vena cava actually has a larger cross section compared to the aorta. Okay. So roughly at the boundary, we're going to sketch the pulmonary vein. So here, roughly here, we're going to sketch the position of your pulmonary vein. All right. Okay, so the for your information, the pulmonary vein emerge here. Sorry, this is the pulmonary artery. I got it wrongly. Okay, so the pulmonary artery emerge from your right side of the heart. Okay, so the pulmonary artery actually carry deoxygenated blood to your lungs. So this is the pulmonary artery. So whether it's artery or vein, it doesn't depend on the status of the blood. All right, so rather it depends on the direction. So if the blood vessel carries blood towards the heart, it's considered an artery. So if it carries blood towards the heart, is considered a vein. Okay, so the pulmonary artery carries the oxygenated blood away from the right side of the heart. So there you go. Here you're going to sketch one more arch here like this. Eye up here. There you go. Go in. All right. Okay, next we're going to draw a bump. So this one would be your left auricle. Put down here. Okay, right. Okay, so to add in more details, you can draw the branches of the aorta. So there are three vessels that emerge here. Some carry blood to the neck and to the head. Okay, so there are three branches here you may draw. One, two, and three. Okay, so this would be the right pulmonary artery. Okay, now let us draw the left pulmonary veins. So there are several branches here. Okay, so we are done. So if you want more details, you may add in the coronary artery. So the coronary artery is actually the branch of the aorta which carries oxygenated and nutrient-rich blood to the heart, to the muscle wall of the heart. okay, to nourish the heart. The coronary artery is very important because in Malaysia, we eat a lot of unhealthy food. Okay, so the coronary artery is actually very narrow and it tends to get stuck very easily. So when it gets stuck, you have a heart attack. Okay, so heart attack or myocardial infarction actually happen when the coronary artery gets stuck. Okay, so I'm gonna just sketch the coronary artery here. You may want to add in some details. There you go. Okay, so here you also have the coronary artery branching out. All right, so there you go, you have your heart. Okay, so just a quick recap. This would be the right atrium. This would be the left atrium. Okay, so the pointy part here would be the apex of the heart. Okay, so now let me walk you through the main blood vessels. So this would be your inferior vena cava. This would be your superior vena cava. Okay, so this majestic arch will be your aortic arch. So this would be your aorta. Okay, and this would be your pulmonary artery. This, of course, would be your pulmonary vein. So the pulmonary vein actually carries oxygenated blood from the lungs to your heart. So the term pulmonary here implies that it's is associated with the lungs. All right, so there you go, you have your heart. So I hope you are able to sketch the frontal view of the heart. It's actually quite easy for you to draw. Okay, so if you have any question, please feel free to type in the chat box, right? And please don't throw away your drawing because later on we'll give you the link for you to submit your drawing. So there will be some cool prizes to be won later on. Okay, so this marks the end of my tutorial here. I will pass it back to Ms. Chan. Ms. Chan, back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Ho. So, ladies and gentlemen, please get ready another fresh sheet of paper. We shall now draw the cross-section of heart. Please allow me to share screen. All right, so I have shared my screen. Can you see the screen now? Mr. Ho can see my screen, right?
Ms. Chan, yes, Ms. Chan.
Okay, good, thank you. Right, so in your fresh sheet of paper, you may indicate the sides first, right and left. And at the center of the paper, you may draw a reference line, okay? This reference line, you can draw it slanting. Okay, are you ready? Okay, let me select my pencil first. So first, we are going to draw a basic shape of heart, showing upper broad and lower tapering end along this reference line. All right, so let's start. Okay, so once you get the shape, you can erase the reference line. Okay, you got the shape? Okay, so next we are going to make a little depressions to mark the grooves that separate the atrium and ventricle. Okay, so somewhere here, okay, we are going to do the depression. Okay. Okay, next, we are going to draw the inner thickness of muscular heart walls. Ensure that the walls of atrium are thin and ventricles are thick. Left ventricle wall should be comparatively thicker than the right. Okay. Okay, so this is the right side. Now moving on to the left side. So now left side, the wall is thicker. Okay, this part is thicker. Here, right side is thinner. Okay, continue. We are going to draw the wall of atrium. It should be thinner. Okay, so we try to reflect that, okay? Okay, you may stop at this part because here later on there is, we are going to draw it differently on the right side, okay? So once you're done until here, next we are going to draw the vena cava. Okay, so vena cava on the right side. This is the opening. Okay, now I want to touch up on the right atrium. Okay, so this is the basic shape before we add in the other details. Are you good? Alright, next will be a bit complicated to draw the blood vessels, but I will do it slowly so that you could follow. Okay, next we are going to draw the aorta. Okay, so aorta start right here. Okay, you following? Remember Mr. Ho said aorta is majestic? Okay, so draw this line, draw this curve. Okay, draw another curve. Don't worry if you don't get the shape right. We can always repair and touch up later. Okay, everybody, aorta done? Okay, next, pulmonary artery. Okay, pulmonary artery, we want to draw it in front of aorta. Okay, so start here. Another one, another curve. Okay, right. Next, we want to erase the line of aorta, which is beneath the pulmonary vein. Sorry, the pulmonary artery. Okay, so you have this. Don't worry if you don't get the shape perfect, you can always touch up later. Okay, next, next we want to add branches to pulmonary artery. Okay, so let's do 2 branches. Okay, to the left. Okay, another one to the right. Okay, after that, we want to do the branches for aorta. Remember, Mr. Ho showed just now, there are three branches. The opening. Okay, so we're almost done, but there are some details that we should fill in. Okay, the valves, semilunar valves. Oh, I almost forget. Okay, this 2 openings to pulmonary vein. Okay, we almost forget our pulmonary vein. Yeah, there you go. Okay, right, let me just touch up on this part. All right. So basically we are done with the cross section of the heart. Next, maybe we do a bit of labeling. Okay, let us draw the connecting line first. Yeah, we fill in the labels later. Okay. So after this, your drawing, like Mr. Ho mentioned, don't throw away, because you can submit to us for competition. So we will select good drawings and give you prizes. Okay, so these are the structures that we would like to label. Okay, to make it look more tidy, we want the lines to look tidy. Okay, now let's start labeling now. Superior vena cava. Oops. It's smaller. All right, where's the inferior vena cava? At the bottom. Okay, next we want to label right atrium. This is the right atrium. Next is right ventricle. Ventricle is the one below. Okay, moving on to the left side, let us label aorta, followed by pulmonary vein, next is left atrium, followed by left ventricle. And this is septum, separating the left side and right side of the heart. Okay, the valves are not seen clearly, so it should have AV valve over here, and these are semilunar walls. And pulmonary artery. We miss pulmonary artery. This one. Okay, so we're done. Okay, we're done labeling. Last bit, if you can check your drawing, which part you think you want to perfect the lines, the curves are not nice earlier, you can do so. Okay, lastly, check and make sure the labels are all correct. Okay, right. So you may send your drawings to us, as mentioned promoted by Mr. Ho earlier. Good drawings, we would give prizes. Okay, cool prizes. Right. So ladies and gentlemen, this will be my sharing on the drawing of heart, the cross section of the heart. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Miss Chan and Mr. Ho. Any question you may ask both the instructor now.
Okay, everyone, if you have questions, please feel free to ask. We'll be very happy to answer your questions. Okay, Ms. Chan, I believe some. Do you need to label the drawing? Yes, please label the drawing if possible. Can I sketch my drawing like add shading and do put ventricle left or right? Alicia, if you have time, by all means, please shade the drawing. You may. Chiu, hi. The name of the valves, sure. Ms. Chan, I believe this is one of the parents.
Yeah, I'll add the label now.
The bicuspid and tricuspid valves. All right, Ms. Chan will do it for you since we still got some time left. Ms. Chan?
Yeah, I'll add to the drawing now.
Okay. Amira, we will leave the form open until tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. and then we'll close the submission. Okay, so you have 1 day to complete your drawing. So for the prizes, we'll arrange it to be couriered to you. Okay, and then we will announce the winner. I believe Miss Lee, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Miss Lee will arrange that the winners to be announced on Facebook, correct?
Yeah, Facebook and probably the last day of our event. The winners now announcement on 20th December.
Oh, correct. So everybody, please take note now. The list of winners will be announced on the 20th of December.
Alright. So on the left side, this is the bicuspid valve.
Ms. Chan?
Yeah.
Hidayah wants to know which part is oxygenated and deoxygenated. Perhaps you can just drop some color.
Okay, after I've done labeling, I'll do that.
Facebook, yeah, I think Ms. Chan forgot to label the left side. Actually, it's already indicated is the left ventricle because she already indicated left. So that one is the left ventricle. That is correct. Okay, we hope this one for the secondary school children, we hope this one may also help in your revision for your SPM next year. Okay, I think this will help you tremendously in your revision. Yes, Aiza, what is the question? You pick the best to be sent, Aiza. So one participant can only submit one drawing. Okay, so there are few questions that we received from the chat box. Number one, are you allowed to submit digital drawing? The answer is yes, you may submit digital drawing. Okay, are you allowed to color or shade the thing? Yes, you are allowed to shade the thing. July, yes, you may color the drawing, but make sure you color code it correctly. By the way, the color is just for illustration purposes. So I hope everybody knows that in the real life, when you dissect open the heart, it's not really blue color. Okay, so the blue color, the red color is just to make study easier for you. Okay, you know, some students, sometimes they think that the heart is really blue color, but it's not really that blue. Okay, so the blue color is to help you distinguish. Okay, Chu, because imagine if you are looking at someone else's, if you are facing someone else. Okay, so this heart is actually facing us. You get what I mean here? So this heart is actually facing us. Let's say if you are facing someone in the opposite direction, when you ask that person to raise their left hand, it will be on your right hand side. So it's actually the same principle. You're actually looking at the other person's heart. Okay, so that's why the balik already. So the right will be the left will be the right. Okay, is that okay, Chiu? Yes, Kiheng, you may paint the thing, but if you have time, because the deadline is tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. will close the submission.
Thanks, Mr. Ho, for answering. Participants, do you have further questions?
Okay, we'll take more 3 more questions, and then we will end the session because we have another distinguished webinar coming up next. So if you're interested, you may want to join because we have a prestigious professor from Singapore presenting next. So you may want to stay for the session. Miss Lee, back to you, Miss Lee.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Ho and Miss Chan. I think someone asked about the link again. So can you see the link? Okay. If you miss out anything in this Zoom, you can also refer back to our Facebook. I also have pasted the submission link and some info there. So remember to use your personal account to submit this drawing. Personal Gmail account, sorry.
Miss Lee, I think there's one question from Amirul Hakim. Amirul Hakim, a very good question. What happened if oxygenated blood mixed with deoxygenated blood? In fact, we have some diseases like this. You know, in some people, they have congenital defect whereby their septum don't close properly. You know, in Malay, we call it jantung berlubang or something like this. So when your septum don't close properly, you have your oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood mixed up. So what happened? The delivery of the oxygen becomes not efficient. So what happened is that there will be insufficient delivery of oxygen. Okay, so usually those people get tired very easily, you know, because of insufficient delivery of oxygen. Okay, so we hope we have already answered your question. You know, some people are born like this. Rachel, yes, you can use anything. It's free media. Eugene, may I know whether all mammals have the same heart structure? The answer is yes, roughly the same. Okay, Eugene, yes, they have roughly the same. In fact, in our labs, we do dissection every trimester. If we don't have the COVID, we usually use the goat's heart, you know. So basically, in general, mammals, they share the same heart structure. Of course, the size will differ from one organism to another, but basically they will have the four chambers, you know, the valves, everything will be roughly the same. Okay. The common differences. Okay, Eugene, now we'll get more technical. If you would like to know the common differences, of course, if you look at the molecular composition, you know, the type of antigens or the proteins that are being expressed, okay, may be slightly different. Okay, let us see here. Chew. Left side of the heart is always oxygenated blood, both left atrium and left ventricle. We can say yes. Okay, so by the way, Chew, oxygenated and deoxygenated, the term is, you need to look at the term very carefully. Okay, so even if it's deoxygenated, there is some percentage of oxygen. Even if we say it's deoxygenated blood, all right? So deoxygenated blood, they do have quite high concentration of oxygen inside. So deoxygenated doesn't mean that it totally don't have oxygen. You still have some oxygen. It's just that the percentage is so much more lower. So yes, in general, we can say that the left side of the heart is always oxygenated, and the right side, how long is the lifespan of pacemaker after the brain have died? Okay, Amirul. Ooh, there are a lot of questions. Okay, last three questions, because we're gonna end at 11 already. Miss Lee, I'll try to answer. Miss Chan, do you want to answer any of the questions, Miss Chan?
You can answer, Mr. Ho.
Okay, I'll try. How long is the lifespan of pacemaker after the brain have died? Okay, brain death. I'm not a doctor here, but okay, we have read some of the articles lah. So it depends on what kind of brain death we are talking about. There are different levels of brain death. You know, some people, they are in coma, but their heart will keep on beating. I believe there are some doctors in the participant list. Perhaps the doctors may be able to answer. Here, I'm just going to answer it generally. So brain death is a very general term. Okay, so you know, some brain death, they result in coma, but the heart will keep on beating. So in that case, the pacemaker will continue on. Which sound is louder, loop or doop? I believe they are more or less the same decibel. So if you look at the waves, it's more or less the same. I may be wrong, Yuan Li. Actually, I have no idea which one is louder. Okay, but what I can tell you is loop is due to the recoil of blood against the AV valves. The doop is due to the recoil of blood against the semilunar valves. Kinan, can you be more specific? How does it work? What does it work? Okay, is there any other questions? If there is no question, I will pass it back to Miss Lee and we will end the session. So on behalf of Ms. Chan and also the Center for Foundation Studies, we thank you very much for your time. Okay, Miss Lee.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ho and Ms. Chan, for answering all the questions. Before we end the workshop, I would like to inform that we have prepared a feedback form. Okay, I just posted the link at the Zoom. We'll appreciate if you could help us to fill up the feedback form so we can improve. Okay. Okay, we will wait for 1 minute. If you have any question, please drop your question at chat box. So reminder, kindly submit your drawing by Monday, 5:30 p.m. Okay, so if you still want to refer back the heart drawing, all this, don't worry. We'll have our Facebook Live. The video will be ready soon after we end this. You can still refer back to this video So you all can refer first before you submit your drawing. And we will be giving out e-KLESF limited edition merchandise. We will announce the result a few days later. Okay, so anyone? Do you still have any question? How about Facebook? Anyone? Do you have any question? Don't worry if after we end this session, if you still have any question, you may drop your question at Facebook Live video comment section. We will refer it and reply you. Or if you got any other question you want to email to us, it's okay too. KLESF email is info@klesf.net. Okay. I think there's no more questions, so we will end the session. Okay, before that, just an announcement on the coming event. The next webinar is at 11:30 a.m. This is a webinar by AAET, ASEAN Academy of Engineering and Technology. It is AAET Distinguished Lecture. The title is Point of Care Technologies for the Rapid Diagnosis of COVID-19 by Professor Lim Chiu-Tek. So you all can have a break and then come back to join us at 11:30 for the next webinar. Okay, so I guess that's all for today. Thanks again, Mr. Kaur and Miss Chan.
Thank you, Miss Lee. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Stay safe.